Welcome all, and thanks for joining me at the Techness CorneR. This is essentially the 1 year anniversary review of our Corsair Virtuoso RGB Wireless SE Edition headphones. Now, with some drama and controversy to be unveiled, let us get straight into it, frankly. Yes, I know we're starting off with pictures, and I know it's not fair, but there's a reason to it, so just humor me as we go along. So here they are, the Corsair Virtuoso in their state 1 year later to the day. Okay, I went to pick them up as the story goes, and I've got these pictures. As you can see, there's no wear and tear here on the seams whatsoever. There's no wear and tear here. Okay, and then have a look at that. Let's get to a better picture. As we have a look, it's a clean break at the seam. Picked them up one day, and that's exactly how they were. They've got a 2-year warranty that applies to them, and Corsair was very gracious, along with ゚Tech, where I purchased them from, to honor that warranty. It was a clean break. Okay, as you can see, it's clean. There's no wear and tear here. There's no wear and tear here. It's not natural wear and tear. It was a clean break at the seam. So I got a replacement granted to me. It took 1 month, people. So unfortunately now I've got 1 year left of the warranty. I don't get 2 years for the new product replacement. The point is, if this was a once-off, and this doesn't generally occur in that regards, okay, because I had to pack it up into its original packaging. Now we've got ourselves a Corsair Virtuoso RGB Wireless SE Edition headset, which, if I had my time again and it doesn't break within the first couple of years, wear and tear wise, I would recommend the headset. There are some other headsets I've come across since then, which I would also consider for the value of the money. Also, the new variant of this, it doesn't replace the old one. It actually costs about $50 or $60 Australian dollars more, and it's got additional functionality which I would have opted for had I been given a refund. It would have been a consideration where I would have got the exact same headset, and we'll have a look right now at those options that we have available and the current prices of the headset to date. So coming back to it, we've got our Corsair Virtuoso range, and this is roughly the recommended retail prices and the prices that they are going for. These prices are current at ゚Tech as of today. So 1 year after getting the item, my variant, the SC Fidelity gaming headset in the gunmetal color, is $359 still. It's not to say you can't get it cheaper or even more expensive at other places. But the new variant, which I was hoping if I was to get a refund or a credit, is $429. So it actually doesn't replace the old variant. And for the price, these are of high quality, providing that we don't have the same breakage occur, and they feel of high quality. But you could probably spend about $100 less and get the same equivalent value regarding performance, if not better, in some avenues or other. Like, for example, the synthesizer 370 something or other, which have, like, for example, 100-hour battery life. They've only got 40mm drivers, but it's something to consider. They're made of plastic as opposed to a gunmetal finish that's metallic and aluminium in nature. Also, the headset, this is a true boom grade mic, which has a lower hertz range, so it would pick up my bass region, as opposed to a lot of other headsets and microphone headsets which apply. They don't have that same range that pick up. The treble's one thing, but the bass is another thing, and you don't want to sound tinny, frankly. So with that being said, if I had my choice again, okay, I would probably opt for a spare pair. I do currently have a spare pair of headset. My old ROG Strix Mammoth headsets, which on a spec-by-spec basis actually compete with the Virtuoso RGB Wireless SE. They don't make these anymore. There are new variants of them. And for better or worse, they're essentially the same thing. They look a bit more stylish than this off orange or red, depending on who you are. but these are very comfortable, and I've had wear on them per se. As you can see, there is wear, but that's what wear is, okay? Not the type of wear which I experienced with the complete breakage of the cup itself. So thank God Corsair honored the warranty, and as a result, ゚Tech has replaced the item for myself with the identical item, and we are going to have a second chance at unboxing this item and myself explaining a little more about it other than I would have otherwise had done so before. So let's go. So moving right on into it, we've got ourselves some Virtuoso RGB Wireless SE Edition headphones. Now, these have served me well. I believe that the sound quality is not necessarily second to none, but competes with headphones on a digital level, because they are wireless as well, that rival headphones of a higher class and caliber. They are high fidelity headsets, and they also possess 7.1 surround sound, which is digital surround sound. Now, some people don't appreciate digital surround sound. Now, to get the high fidelity aspect of things, you do have to have them in a wired state. The great thing about unboxing these headphones is that there's just a little knob here and here. Virtuoso RGB Wireless SE Edition, produced by Corsair, compatible with PC and your PlayStation. Virtuoso RGB Wireless SE Edition. Okay, on the box it mentions it's got matched pair of precisely tuned 50mm neodymium speaker drivers, plush memory foam earpads and headband, triple mode hyperfast slipstream wireless USB and 3.5mm connections, broadcast grade detachable microphone, premium lightweight aluminium construction. Now, you can run it through the iQ software, which I have not had a problem with, frankly. There's enough functionality there to set up the headset in exactly the equalized profile I'd like to have, along with having 7.1 surround sound enabled. Regarding the range that I experienced from the headset per se, it was decent. I could walk pretty much the majority of the property before it would bounce out, and that's a good thing, because sometimes, depending on how I'm utilizing it, if I can't hear what's being said, then also sound might actually as a source be coming from the headset, and that means there's no audio. If the headset drops out, there's no audio being portrayed through a stream. So that's something which I have to consider quite heavily regarding dropouts and whatnot. We'll get a closer look. At first glance, we've got I don't know if the camera's picking it up. There's a Corsair logo over here. On the side, what looks like a equalizer pattern per se. And yeah, we're just going to open her up. She's not as tight as the original one was, surprisingly. But as we can see here, we've got our Corsair headset. And one thing I was worried about was making sure that these were flush, and these have been flushed. One thing to note is I will probably not turn them on and give a proper demonstration until they are fully charged. So it's something to consider. But as we move across, we'll take these and pop them to the side. We'll take off the slips around the side and we'll let them air out per se. What else is in the box? We've got Corsair bag in case you want to run and gun. Obviously your packet of party drugs which you don't want to swallow. The bag sort of I found to be quite useless to me, so if it adds to the cost it's a bit of annoyance. Then as we lift up and delve a little further in, what we'll find ourselves is the party pack. And the party pack comes with our Virtuoso RGB Wireless SE Edition manual and all warranty information. Also what we get in the box is very neatly packaged and accented to match USB-A to USB-C. The Corsair Virtuoso SE Edition headsets are USB-C powered, which is nice. Longevity on those ports as opposed to micro connections. We've got our dongle, which utilizes the slipstream technology, patented, I believe, by Corsair in that regards. Again, it's got an accent on it which matches. If we had better lighting, you'd probably see the reflection. You've got a 3.5mm headset jack that is also matching in accents, and it will obviously transpose the microphone as well. As you can see, it's got 3 notches to it, and we've got our mic, and our mic simply clicks in. It's got a micro USB connection, but this does clip in quite sturdily, and I believe on default it's green when it's active, red when it's not. So we'll move this aside for the time being before I chuck them on charge. And we also have a couple of peels available. We've got our peel over here, but we're going to peel that. There's the other peel. Now we can see that these are a little, hopefully the memory foam has a bit of forgiveness on it, because it hasn't been sitting in the most ideal positioning. Flipping them on the side, they extrude a fair distance, and this is all aluminium, light alloy, and there's a noticeable notch clip associated with the quality of it. The knob on it is ever spinning, but it hasn't got notches, but it's very, I'd say, receptive to small movements and or large movements. But just something to note, if you're a grubby person, don't get it dirty, because it will affect the quality of the turn cycle and how it affects the volume itself. So we've got a wired and a wireless version. While it's on charge, you can still have it in wireless, but obviously when you flick it to wired, okay, it's effectively off as well, but also at the same time it doubles as the unleashing variant of the high fidelity. And it's something to look into, that you'll only be able to get true high fidelity from these headsets when they're wired. They do have the option for that. The microphone gets connected into the slot just here, 3.5mm jack just here, and the USB-C charging port just there. We'll get the mic connected, so that goes in like so. I'll open these up ever so slightly to about the range I had before, which was very comfortable, and for all day wearing I didn't have a problem. One thing I wouldn't suggest is wearing a hat. It will press down on this part. The headband will press down on that groove spot, and over a period of time you may want to remove your hat, because you'll get a pain in the top of your noggin, I should say. We'll get these charging now. I recommend charging it for as long as possible, plus the amount of time it takes for it to get fully charged twice over. The first time you charge these type of devices, to prolong the lifespan of the battery and extend it to its maximum potential from the get-go. I'll plug in the dongle now. So we've got our dongle, and I'm just going to plug that in to a back port. Now I do have the software available, so we can get a closer look at the software and see whether it's registering currently the new headset, even though it's under a different serial number. So the software is very straightforward. So your IQ software, which can control all your Corsair devices nowadays, we'll open it up, and we've got the Virtuoso headset and the Virtuoso dongle currently connected. So we'll open this up, and device settings, they've changed it around a bit. Status of the battery, sleep mode after how many minutes? 10. Show battery gauge in notification area, yes please. Voice prompts, no thank you. Disable LED when mic is active, yes. I like to prolong the lifespan of the battery for as long as possible. So brightness wise, we've got also your LEDs over here, and you can they can be any color of the rainbow, essentially, the Corsair logo. What I'm going to do is turn the brightness completely off. Check for updates. If we go to our equalizer settings, I've got it set on preset 6. You can have clear chat, bass boost, movie theater. I've sort of got a level playing field with a bit of bass and oomph attached to it. So we got stereo options and 7.1 surround sound. I'm going to activate the mic. Mic is activated. There's a side tone feature available. And what we'll do is we'll make sure that in our settings section, the mic is active for recording purposes. We've got a headset. Corsair Virtuoso mic is live. Lighting effects on the other hand, color should be turned off now. So we've got the lights off. Quick music test. You guys can hear that coming through there. We'll start it again. And you're effectively you're hearing not the true quality of the mic, of the audio itself, because it's running through a different audio source, but at least you can see it's working. And now what we're going to do is we'll pause that, have to default out the wireless component as well, so set that device as default, set that device as communication. Okay, and now we've got live on the wireless. Obviously it's not wireless because I'm still charging it, but you know, for the time being that will have to do. Okay guys, I'm going to place them down like that so that they flatten out nice and neatly and nothing intrudes, so they go both ways depending on how you like to have them around the side of you. But as you can see, that's our Corsair Virtuoso wireless SE edition headset. It was not as straightforward to set these up like it was the first time, probably because of the fact that there was conflicting information there which it had to register and deregister per se. But we've got those charging now, and for the time being we'll pop away our box per se. And yeah guys, that's been our journey with the Virtuoso headset. So my name's Seb Luca. Thanks for joining us at the Techness CorneR and a look at the Virtuoso RGB wireless SE edition gunmetal edition headset for a second time. It's been a year in the making, and I'll let you guys know within another year's time whether they in fact do fault out like that within the lifespan of use. Now understand that they weren't the only ones I used. I used these as well. I use these religiously for a flat tone for when I'm doing actual audio editing. You guys wouldn't realize that, but I am a pretty decent audio editor. But the problem is I never get around to doing it with my videos. But at certain times when I do, I use these ones for a bass sound, and or I've got a set speakers which have a wider range capable of myself understanding and dissecting how you guys hear everything. So I use those, and or I've got my Bluetooth buds, so they weren't exclusively hammered as well. That's the point I try to make. They weren't hammered. So it's something that has to be really considered, because like I said, one day I picked them up and yeah, hopefully we haven't got the same problem a second time around. Okay, peace out y'all. My name's Seb Luca. Thanks for joining me at the Techness CorneR. Bye.